Because that stop loss is so small, we can now go ahead and put multiple lots into this deal. If you were going to have a 50 pip stop loss on a one lot trade, well, then you could also put in 3 lots into a 15 pip stop loss and still save yourself 5 pips on the downside, because your total downside on this trade is 45 pips. So we get a little more aggressive there. We go short. And even though the price pops back above the 8 exponential moving average at 93.25 and then closes back above it again, it dips back below and closes back above it again, that's okay because your stop loss is already set. Just leave the trade alone and hope that sooner or later it's going to gain some traction and go down. Because it started down here, made a meaningful move up, and then capped itself 3 times in a row, there's a pretty good chance that this price is going to go down. Regardless whether it does or not, your total downside exposure is 15 pips times however many lots you put into the deal. So saying that we put 3 pips in there, the total downside is 45 pips. Not bad. And we see here that the price goes down. If we were trading just the 8 exponential moving average, we would have gotten in here, we would have had a meaningful move down, and then here it pops back above and closes above the 8. But we don't get out of the deal just then, because while it closed above the 8, it did not close above the 21. Aha. So there's another signal at work there. And we see here that it popped back above the 21, but stopped, retraced itself back down, and closed below it. What is this point on the chart meaningful for? Let's add one more moving average. It's an exponential moving average for the last 50 periods. And now we see it popped above the 21, it popped above the 50, and then closed back below the 50. We now have 3 moving averages on the screen. We have the 8, the 21, and the 50. We also see that all the way up here, the 8 moving average crossed below the 21 moving average. And then both of those moving averages closed below and moved below the 50 period moving average. And we see here that it remained capped by the 50 all the way down to here, and then beyond, came all the way back up here. The 8 moving average moved above the 21, and then both of them crossed above the 50, but we are out of that deal right here when the price closes back above the 50. So if you want to trade just the 8 moving average, you could have gotten in there and lost money there. You could have gotten in there again right here and lost money again. And then you could have gotten in here. It's below the 8 moving average, and gotten out there for 12.6 pips, gotten in it again for another 10, gotten in it again. Yep, that would have eventually earned 4.6. But because we're now employing 3 moving averages together, we're still setting our trade according to the 8 exponential moving average, but we're doing it at the very peak of its downturn, and we're staying in it because the 21 and the 50 are telling us to do so. And as a result, we get in here and we stay in it all the way down to here for 53, call it 54 pips. A 54 pip gain on one trade. 54 pips is nice, especially if you're going to multiply that by multiple lots in the trade. Down here, we see that the price closed back above the 8 exponential moving average, but we're not going to act on that because we're already in the short trade, and the short trade does not close itself until there. At this point, when it closes above the 50 exponential moving average, yeah, you could have opened a new trade here and gone long and stayed in that trade for another 13 pips. And then you see here it closes back below and you could stay in that, well, right on up to the present time for another 24 pips. So there you go. That's trading the 8 exponential moving average coupled with the 21 period moving average and the 50 period moving average. And this is something that you can look for every single day as soon as you open up your trading software. Another reminder, the trade-a-day Forex strategy is available at tradeadayforex.com. I've sold hundreds of them. People are delighted by it. If you want to learn more money-making strategies, then send an email to me at pzavomedia@yahoo.com and get notified when the new book is released. And you can rest assured that if you get in contact with me, I will not give away, sell, or anything like that your email address. And I will put you on the list to be notified when the trade-a-day Forex day trading strategies is available. Thank you for watching. This is Paul saying I will see you down the road. Happy trading.